Hello, my name is Diane Desotelle and I'm running for Duluth City Council District 2 because I believe in amplifying the voices of our community from the ground up. I've lived in District 2 for almost 30 years with my husband Andrew Streitz, where we raised 2 boys who are proud graduates of the Duluth Public Schools. I believe in Duluth and I care deeply about our people, our parks, and our future. It's time for me to give back my knowledge and skills to work for Duluthians, because I understand what motivates us, our children, and our economy. If elected, I promise to serve with integrity and be a diligent steward for our city. I want to thank Mike Mayu for representing 2nd District these past years. As I reach out to voters in District 2, I hear the respect and praise they have for Mike's work. Mike's been a great example of what can be accomplished when your city councilor listens and works with you. And I want District 2 to know that I will be a city councilor who responds to my constituents for site-specific issues such as parking or water runoff, or larger community issues such as decarbonizing our city gas utility, fair wages, or sustaining our libraries and parks. I've worked as a civil engineer, a land use planner, and an educator, and that's given me the knowledge and experience to listen and to learn, and now to lead on issues that matter. We must work with our private and nonprofit partners to improve our environment, diversify our economy, and strengthen our social fabric. I was proud to be the city's very first natural resources coordinator, where I played an important role in preserving thousands of acres of Duluth's open spaces while making sure that we grow and rebuild our housing, commercial, and industrial infrastructure through infill and sustainable expansion. I was also a state project manager for the St. Louis River, where I worked with our partners, including the Fond du Lac Band of Lake Superior Chippewa, the state of Wisconsin, and local nonprofits. We put millions of federal and state dollars to work to clean up historic pollution and restore habitats. And it's great to see development happening more and more along the river. Duluth needs to lead the way and become more climate resilient while continuing to reduce our carbon footprint by moving toward renewable energy. We can do this by implementing the city's climate action plan, rebuilding our sustainability department, and opening our doors to businesses who have products and services in these growing markets. When it comes to diversifying our economy, I know what it takes to run a business, for I've owned a small business. I've taught in our schools as a licensed teacher and volunteered as a parent. We need to include our youth in conversation to discover and share fresh ideas for a changing economy. I've been a member of 3 unions in my career. Supporting our unions means supporting those who live here, those who provide services in healthcare, education, and basic infrastructure needs. When it comes to strengthening our social fabric, no one should have to sleep on the streets or in their cars. I've advocated alongside CHUM and Stepping On Up to expand shelters to save lives and to build housing to end homelessness. We could do this by working with our partners, including the county and local nonprofits. We have the power to reconnect socially by strengthening volunteer programs where we can work in our shared open spaces, building trust through conversation and caring. Our future is dependent on how we treat each other, care for our environment. Responsible growth comes from listening and finding shared solutions. Responsible growth is caring for our climate, our parks, and our unsheltered. Responsible growth is listening to our vested stakeholders without forgetting about our marginalized and those without a voice. Responsible growth is making Duluth an attractive place to develop because of its beautiful and vibrant culture. There are no shortcuts in writing good policy and implementing it well. I understand what it takes to get us there. This is a moment where we need Duluth to be at its best. When we know solutions aren't going to come from the federal level, we need a strong city council who can work together to find the solutions. I hope to have your support. Thank you.